Welcome to week 8 of my sketchbook. This is another week in which I would have told you I didn't get much done. But when I go to photograph everything, I was like, okay, actually, I did. Even though I was busy, I still sketched. And I not only sketched in this book, but I sketched in a larger one because I'm taking a class online about typography. Though this is not a part of a class, I just thought this was fun, so I just did it out. I'm not going to share the typography book with you until later, but let's just go through and hit this book up. I did want to finish it this week and I didn't, so I'm actually going to keep this sketchbook going for another week because I'm really excited to actually do a sketchbook flip through with you and just get this one done. This back pages, I use these a lot of times to actually just draw out my palette using every single thing that I have. This week's palette, it's probably my worst yet. I didn't have the variety of colors I wish I had, but that doesn't stop me because things don't have to be like, you know, the exact right colors or right tools or whatnot. The whole goal with this is to actually stretch myself a little bit and see, you know, what I can do with what I'm given. So of a very limited palette. So I drew this mouth just to take up the rest of this page because I didn't figure I would use it again. And let's jump over here. Oh yeah, so I already showed you this. I did the hey, hi, hello, hola. I drew Dolores Hidalgo. So this is the church being Independence Day today. This was the actual city. It's 22 miles from my house. I've been here before. I've actually sketched this church before with a urban sketching teacher. But I looked at that sketch and I redid it again. This was rang at midnight, Tuesday night, today, whatever. And then, yeah, this is where Mexico independence started in 1810. Anything you saw on Instagram is from my town of Guanajuato, which, you know, only being 22 miles away, was also a huge hot spot during Mexico independence time. So yeah, kind of fun that I live in that cradle of Mexico independence. I mentioned last week that I started doing Lila's Style Play 2025. So this one was a San Francisco, what are these called? Those little cars they have there, rail cars or whatnot. So I tried to do a city scene. I still struggle with these, but I'm gonna do it. One of them was a snake. So I just did a snake, mostly with Posca, a little bit of pencil. I didn't photograph this one because I don't like it at all. In fact, I know what I could do to make it better is I just need to go in and lay like a color pretty much everywhere, like cover up the background paint a little bit because it's just too strong. I didn't do it because I just didn't care to. I just didn't like it enough to do it. I saw a couple of these where people paint all these like wild faces. So there's the same color on both pages. But I laid down the faces and I thought, okay, I gotta take back the messiness of it. So then I just went through with a marker and kind of went around them. And that makes it so the faces are the focus and not the background paint. I think that's what got me here, is the background paint, especially these dark, are just the focus. So I could do something that takes away that as being the focus, but still it's part of it. Tiramisu. I could have done better on this one. Don't love it, but you know what? Like, I generally love like cake and food stuff, but I struggled with this one a little bit because tiramisu is just a lot of layers of brown and beige. That might be it. Maybe I could have just made it colorful and still called it tiramisu, but anyways. This one, I was just messing around with Mary actually holding a baby. I did some like writing that you really have to get close up and personal if you want to read it. And let's see. I don't want to give you guys the tour now. And I didn't pre-mark my pages, of course, but I feel like I did a couple other things, only because I do leave blank pages And sometimes not sometimes, all the time I always go back and try and fill it all in. Yeah, friends, actually that is probably it. So kind of short this week. I'm gonna try and get this all done, get all the pages done and sketched out this next week. And then, so next week I'll do still a short video, but then I will do a video that is the whole book. And I won't explain it. I'll just be quiet and flip the pages quietly because you can see them all in different ways anyways. So I hope you enjoy this week's video. Thanks for being here.